Hi students, hi, welcome you all in my class. Now if you remember in my last video, I have made a breakup of section 9. Let me repeat those breakup once again. Section 9, the first breakup was FCM, another breakup was RCU, and the last breakup was ACO. So if you remember, FCM chart I have drawn in the next video, RCM chart I have drawn in the next video, but ECO concept was left out. So let me come to that ECO concept now. ECO, students, do you remember ECO? Right? What is ECO? Economics? No, it is e-commerce operator. E-commerce operator. It means the person or the businessman who is doing online business by the means of digital media, digital mode, by the means of internet, by the means of mobile applications, by the means of gadget. In short, they have their own website, they have their own application, and you download those apps either from app stores or from play stores in your Android or smartphone. Example, Ola is one of the ECO. Example, Amazon is one of the ECO. Example, Urban Clap is one of the ECO. Example, Oyo, Trivago, Make My Trip, Just Dial, JD, all these are ECO. Because they are either doing B2C business or they are doing B2B business. It means they are providing service to their client who are either customer, consumer, it is B2C, or they are providing service to businessmen, it is called as B2B, right? So these people are called as ECO, and for these people there is a separate concept, separate section, separate provision created under GST law. To be more precise, for these people, for ECO people, there is section created called as section 9 subsection 5. Section 9 subsection 5. It means section 9 subsection 1 and subsection 2 is a concept related to FCM. Section 9 subsection 3 and subsection 4 are related to RCM. But ECO concept comes under section 9 subsection 5. Students, in section 9 there are total 5 subsections. The 5th subsection stands for ECO. Okay, and the best example in ECO, I will take 3 examples on ECO. One example where ECO, the example you will say is Oyo. Another example is Ola. And the last example I will take one more is Urban Clap. These are the 3 names. We are already familiar by such names. They are very famous names, right? When you use a transportation service, you need a cab. So obviously you will go on Ola, right? Ola applications, and you will book your cab. When you go for say stay accommodation in hotel, then you go for Oyo app, MMT apps, that is app, right? Even these people are e-commerce operator. And when you go for some massage, right? When you got tired, so you need some massage, spa, or some carpenter work, some electrician work, right? Some washing, cleaning work, then or some domestic servant you want cook, then you go on Urban Clap app. So these are beautiful apps. We all are already familiar of such apps, and they are doing huge business. They are doing good amount of business through online website. So these 3 examples I will take, and these 3 are the portions there in GST paper. Oyo provides service of accommodation. Perfect. It provides service of accommodation, that is stay. Accommodation, in short, hotel services. Okay. Ola provides service of transportation, that is traveling. Perfect. That is traveling. And Urban Clap provided multiple services like carpenter, clinic, lighting, connections, plumber services, spa services, etc., etc., etc. Right? Healthcare services. So that is one of the examples. Now students, these 3 are the list of services notified by government under GST law as per section 9 subsection 5 to be covered in the portion. And of these 3, I will take only one example. The best example is of Ola. The best example is of Ola. Because we are already familiar of this Ola app, and we generally use this Ola app because many people don't use Oyo, and many people not have heard also about Oyo. They are more familiar and more fond of Make My Trip because they love Make My Trip like anything. I don't understand why do they always promote Make My Trip. I think they get some commission from MMT. That is why they every time book on Make My Trip. So Oyo is not a familiar example. I'll take Ola because generally we book cab on Ola. Ola competitors are there, Meru is there, Uber is there, but we are familiar, we know that Ola gives you service fast and they have multiple vehicles. So let me take one example of Ola. Say I am traveling to Goa, okay, once this lockdown gets over and I have one of the audit in Goa, so I am traveling to Goa for my client audit. Now I book a flight and say from Mumbai to Goa, for this flight, whatever charges are there, for that I need to reach to the airport. Okay. Now early morning I got a flight at 5 AM and for that I have to leave from my house. My house is like at a distance of 30 kilometers from airport. So I leave my house say midnight, 3 o'clock. Now at 3 o'clock at night, where do I search taxi? Where do I get auto? Though I am staying in Mumbai area, Mumbai is a nightlife, I know Mumbai never sleeps, that's true. But at 3 o'clock or at 2:30 midnight, below my society, is it I am going to get auto or taxi? Is this auto is going to wait for me? Not necessary. So in that case, obviously I book a Ola. For that, I should have Ola application, Ola app in my smartphone. So if I don't have, first I'll download. Whether if I'll download that app, Ola app, either in my Play Store or App Store. So I'll download that app and then I'll book a confirmation. Whether I'll book a cab where origin pickup point is my house and destination will be the Mumbai airport. Now students, simple question. When you book a cab, Ola will search through GPS because they are running through GPS and they have some system called a GPRS. GPRS is a radio equipment. The full form is General Packet Radio Service. It is a small equipment which is fitted in the Ola vehicles. And through GPS signal, what is GPS? Global Positioning System. It is called as Global Positioning System. Through GPS, they will connect to the driver and they will send your confirmation, whether send a request to the driver that there is one passenger. He is waiting somewhere in Thane area and he need to go to the airport, which is at a distance of 30 km. So do you want this passenger? Do you want this trip? If driver confirms, then Ola will reconfirm to you. Now what does it mean? Let us understand. Ola is somewhere here who is doing online business. I have not seen Ola. I have not seen Ola company. I have not seen both the operators working in Ola. I have not seen those engineers who are working, those computer engineers who are taking my booking. I am a passenger, Mr. D. I am sitting at my home. This is my home. And I am sitting at my home. I am waiting for that cab to come. And this is the taxi. This is taxi driver. To be more precise, it is called as Ola driver because this person has tie with agreement with Ola company where Ola will give them business. In return, they will charge their commission. Okay. Now, when I book, I did book directly to the driver. Though I was not knowing that driver is there in the next lane of my building. Driver is sleeping in his own vehicle in the next lane of my building at 2:30 midnight. But I was not knowing the driver. So what I've done? I booked my trip through Ola. Ola requested that booking to the driver. Driver gives the confirmation and that confirmation is resent to me through GPS. And I get the entire detail of that vehicle with vehicle number, with contact number of the driver. Right? And also GPS link is being sent. So I can also make out the driver is how far from my residence, how far from my origin. And I found he is at a distance of only 2 minutes. And once I confirm, Ola will give me a fare. Suppose Ola shows a fare of 800 rupees. Now this is the total fare Ola is going to charge. Okay, not extra money I have to pay. I have to pay is only 800. I don't have to pay 801. This is the total amount of fare I have to pay for this freight, for this traveling from origin to destination, from my home to the airport. Now students, once I book the fare, once I book the confirmation, driver is at my doorstep. He will pick up the passenger and he will leave the airport. At the airport, as a passenger, I will pay him cash 800 or I will pay out of my Ola money. I have two options, either in cash or through online account. So what if suppose I handed over cash to him? I paid him 800 rupees cash to this driver. Now this driver is not going to keep entire 800 in his pocket. Why? Because in this 800, 3 people are going to enjoy money. Students, let me repeat once again. In this 800, so I will pay 800 to this driver. I will leave for my airport. My transaction, my traveling, my transportation is over. Now in this 800, 3 people are going to enjoy. Who are these 3 people? One, obviously the driver himself. Because driver took the pain, right? It is the entire pain of traveling, driving, cost of petrol, diesel, etc. All pain is taken by driver. So obviously driver is going to enjoy money out of this 800. Out of this 800, obviously Ola is also going to enjoy because Ola has given business to these people. So Ola is also going to enjoy their commission plus our government. Because government always has simple funda. इतना कमाते हो, थोड़ा हमको भी दो. Since you are earning so much, so give us something. Even government is going to enjoy in the name of GST. Why? Because there is a service performed here. What service performed? Service of traveling. Service of traveling, transportation is being performed, whereby one party charges to another party something called as consideration. That consideration is called as charges, fees. And on this fees, GST is also applicable. So government is also going to collect in the name of GST. And GST amount is already inclusive in this 800. It means I am not paying as a passenger 800 plus GST. I am paying as a total fare of 800, which is inclusive of GST. Now students, if suppose 40 rupees is the GST already included in this 800. So tell me, of these 800, 40 is in the name of GST. Okay, so 40 is in the name of GST. So what is the amount exclusive of GST? 800 minus 40, 760. Of this 760, suppose 60 rupees is a commission Ola is going to earn. So what is the amount driver will get in his hand? 700, which will be including his cost of petrol, diesel and etc. night charges, toll, whatever included. I hope the picture is clear. This is a breakup which 800 as a passenger I paid to the driver. Out of that 800, driver is going to keep 700 for himself. 60 he will give to Ola, 40 he will deposit tax in the name of government. But sir, is it driver is going to pay tax to the government? No. Driver is not registered with GST department. Driver don't have GST number at all. First of all, driver is not even knowledgeable. Driver is illiterate, anguta chha, uneducated. He don't even know what is GST. Then who is going to pay this 40 rupees GST to the government? So in that case, there arises a confusion. What confusion? Students, just see on the board. There arises a confusion. Service provider. Who is a service provider? Who is providing service of traveling, transportation, driving a vehicle? Obviously, driver is a service provider. Who is a service receiver? Who is receiving that service of that vehicle to sit in that vehicle and enjoy the ride? Obviously, this passenger is a service receiver. So now my question, is this passenger is going to pay that 40 rupees to the GST government? No, service receiver is not going to pay. Is this driver who is going to ride that vehicle is going to pay to the GST government 40 rupees? No, because driver don't know anything about GST. In that case, government created a section where neither service provider will pay nor service receiver will pay. Then who will pay? Third party. The third party is called as middleman. Is called as mediator. Mediator, that is middleman. That is neither service receiver nor service provider. It is middleman. Third party called as ECO. E-commerce operator. In short, Ola will pay GST. I hope the picture is clear. So this is the concept which is called as e-commerce operator concept, where it is neither the supplier nor the recipient, neither service provider nor the service receiver. They will not pay GST, but the person who is acting as a middleman, who take the order from provider or take the order from the receiver, gives service to the provider on a commission basis, and he will charge something called as commission. So as a mediator, this e-commerce operator will pay GST to the government. This concept is called as section 9.5 concept is called as e-commerce operator concept. So sir, technically speaking, you mean to say this 700 driver will keep in his hand, and 60 plus 40, that is total 100 rupees he will deposit to Ola. Yes. Of this, Ola will keep 60 for himself as commission and 40 Ola will deposit to GST government. So who is registered with GST? Is this driver or Ola? Ola. So who have GST number? Ola. Then e-commerce operator people have GST number and they will directly pay GST to the government. It means, sir, all these people, e-commerce operators who are there in the market, they have to mandatorily get registered in the GST? Yes. They have to mandatorily, compulsorily get registered in the GST from day one when they are starting their online business through digital video. So, sir, all these websites, Amazon, Prime, this, Flipkart, Make My Trip, all these people are compulsory registered in the GST? Yes. It means they have their GST number? Yes. It means, sir, in the next videos, when I will be explaining types of registration, there I will explain section 24, which is called as compulsory registration, where there are a list of items, 9 lists of items, for which one item is e-commerce operator. They have to get registered mandatorily. The day one when they start their business. I hope the picture is clear. Thank you so much. So it was a small and a short video to explain the concept of section 9.5. 9.5. 9 subsection 5. Enjoy.